Okay, we are live. So welcome everybody to the node.js security meeting. Uh, today we are going to do our regular agenda, but I don't believe we have a lot of things to discuss, but we need to prepare for 2024 initiatives. So first, I would like to ask you to include your name to the minutes. Let me do that as well. Um, Also, Marco, I was looking to the issues on the security working group, and I saw that there are three meetings, actually two meetings that you hosted, but I believe you didn't provide the minutes to the repository, so we can close the issue. You are mute.
I will get back on that and
Okay. Okay, as usual, before start, does anybody have any announcement? Nope. Right. As usual, we go to the vulnerability review. However, Richard opened an issue last week, actually 2 weeks later, 2 weeks ago, basically telling that this script is no longer working or it's partially working. So we need to take a look on that.
Yeah,
And
I think I've been poking at it while you were talking there. Like it looks like we're getting rate limited, so we may need to figure out how
Sleep.
to get it unrate limited. I think it might be like we're getting some of them. Like I see like sometimes it runs and passes. So just to say, hopefully we're not missing any real vulnerabilities right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got to take a look and see if we can unrate limit it. I don't see any, like right now, the only issues we have open are ones which were open quite a while ago.
Yeah, okay. And
But like for 18, I think, there's been a passing run. So now whether they all, I guess what we may be missing is we've got some which are on 18. Anyway, yes, need to check the rate limiting and see if we can fix that.
okay, right. And the next one is the OpenSSF scorecard monitor review. Ulysses won't be able to join this meeting, but he provided a new update on the issue. And also, we have a pull request open in the security working group repository, which is the pull request 1248. Basically, nothing has changed. So just a few small decreases and small improvements, not really meaningful. So I will just approve the request and merge that. And it's also worth to mention that we can, I propose to, instead of talking about that every meeting, we can just talk about that when something decrease or increase significantly. So I may ask Ulysses to remove the label security work group agenda. The bot will still open the pull request. We will still see that, but we can just comment about that when it really matters. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Like it could be, I guess the only thing is like, can that be automated somehow? Or is it just like, if it's on the agenda, we can just look and say, nothing significant changed. Okay, skip it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus having to
Yeah,
remember to put it on and asking about it, right?
actually, we can do that like an hour, like 30 minutes before the meeting. It's easy to see the numbers and then add the label.
It's just somebody's got to do that.
Yeah.
Versus
Okay.
if we leave it in the meeting and somebody like a half an hour before just puts a note that says nothing to discuss, same thing. But if we forget or somebody didn't have time, then in the meeting we can just look and say, oh yeah, nothing to discuss, right? Like
Okay. Next one is the proposed up to build steps in depth. I think we have discussed it on in the last two meetings. I think it's very clear what is the proposal, and also before going to the regular agenda, I will create an issue for 2024 initiatives, which will include some proposals, and then after some proposal, we will vote and decide which one we should move forward in 2024. And so once I open that issue, if you have any other idea of improvement in the security space of Node.js, please share in the issue or create another issue and link it to the principal one, to the main one. And yeah, that's it. Also, I will also work with Ulysses to finish the best practice document, actually the CIA best practice, because I believe they're missing just two questions. And then we can consider that as concluded once submitted. And that's it.
The only question on that one is, do we want to work through, like, do we say, yeah, we're happy with silver, or do we want to work on, make an initiative to work on gold? I think we could go either way, right?
Yes, that's what I was talking about. There are just two questions to get the gold badge. So once we finalize on that part, I think we can consider it as concluded.
But I guess if our answers are no, my point is, I think we've gone through answering the questions, but those questions may be such that we will not get gold unless I'm misreading, right? Like there's things that we've said, no, we don't do this, we don't do this, we don't do this. So in terms of like filling out the survey, we're like, okay, now we would know what we would need to change to get to gold. And the question would be, is that an initiative, or do we just say, well, we're sticking it silver, right? Like that, either one of those choices could be fine.
Yeah, we can list it as a initiative for 2024 and vote.
Yeah, if we think that that's something, it's sort of like, are people, we can look at what's missing and say, like, are people interested and willing to work on that, right? Or is it a priority we think we need to try and drum up people for, or whatever? So,
yep. Okay. The next one is security initiative. Actually, fuzzing issue 1159. I don't have any update from the team. I know that they are opening a few reports on the HackerOne and we are assessing them, but I don't have any other update from OSTIF.
yeah, I don't know if you have the contacts. Like we had the discussion here, and what I thought was the agreement is they were going to create an H1 issue with the full report so that we can share that report with more people. And unless I've missed it, I don't think that issue's been open.
I think they have opened it on HackerOne, yes.
Like an issue that says, here's the report attached?
Oh, no.
Right? They opened, like, I know they opened a couple individual ones, but the discussion we had with them is like, we want to share the report. The best way, is probably, we can't share it publicly. So the best way is probably to have an issue that says like, hey, we did this fuzzing. Here's the report.
Okay, yeah.
And then, we can discuss, because like that way we can have like people who are, we can add individual people to HackerOne. So if we think there's people who should go through the report, we can add them there. If they ever want to publish it publicly, like we want to look at it first. So this is a good way to share it. And that's kind of the thing that's missing in my mind is like, I think they sent you the report through email, but like we should be getting it into a place that project members can see it.
I will ask in the issue right now if we can get some update about the fuzzing progress and ask Amir or Adam to link HackerOne reports. How does that sound to you?
Oh, what I think I think what we want is a HackerOne report with the report attached, like a HackerOne issue with the report attached,
Mm.
right? Like there's this big report, but there's only a couple people who have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they want to publish it sometime, but like I think we need to be able to say to the TSC members, for example, like, hey, here's the report. You want to take a look. And if there's any other particular people that we think should be able to look at the report, like maybe we say the security working group members should be able to take a look at the report, we could add them in HackerOne to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like what's missing is when they came to the meeting, we had discussion. I think I was like, well, can we publish it somewhere? And like in the end, it was like, well, the best way to share is like open a HackerOne issue, attach the report. That then lets us share it privately, right? Like to the right people.
Okay, so what do you think we should do? Ask them about the progress, or ask directly about the full report?
I think it's just like when we last talked, you were going to create a HackerOne issue and attach the full report. We haven't seen that issue yet. Would be my
Okay.
question. If I I could ask that in the issue, but it sounded like you also had more direct communication with them at one point, right?
Yes. I think I will just ask for a fuzzing progress in the issue, but I will contact Amir directly to ask about the HackerOne full report with
Sure.
the list of
Yeah,
reports.
that whatever you think is best to like, but that's from my perspective, that's what we talked about and is kind of the next step for moving forward on things.
Mm-hmm. And outbuild next issue is the outbuild process for dependencies, the issue 10, 35, 37. And I believe it falls in the same category as the 1236. It will be a proposal for 2024 initiative, and we will discuss it. And it's very clear for all of us.
Yeah, I don't know, Marco, if you've had I haven't had any time to look at that again, but it's still something important and interesting, I think, just on the list.
Okay. The next one is the initiative for CII best practices, the issue 953. As I said, I asked Ulysses to give a small update about what is missing, to submit and conclude if we get silver or gold, and if you get the silver, what's missing, what needs to be changed, and then we create it as a proposal for 2024.
Right. Sounds good.
Last one, permission model roadmap, issue 898. Basically, we have concluded 4 steps of 7, and I believe this initiative, I don't have any new update for now. And I will also suggest to have this issue for 2024. And I think it will be the last year. Then we can, once we finish some particular tasks or issues on this model, we can talk about the transition to stable or even bigger, how to adopt it on package managers, which is, I think, the most important.
What's the major work left on that? Is it just addressing issues reported, or are there functional pieces that you're still planning to add in?
There are 2 main things, actually 3 things that I would love to working on. The first one is not that difficult, is to make the API to throw error asynchronously on a synchronous call. So you can get it by callback. The second one is way more difficult, which is the support to symlinks. We have documented that symlinks are not supported, and they are tricky to be supported. But I don't think that's the best scenario for users of the permission model. I would like to take more time and think about a better solution for that. And the last one is, I think, is that would require more time, which is the adoption on package managers, because the permission model is very useful, but If you just use npm install and a package, and this package contains a post install script or something like that, you are basically in not using the model, and you are unsafe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the end of our agenda. And for those who are watching or watching later, please follow the security working group repository. And once I have we have the issue open, feel free to share your thoughts. That's it. Anyone else want to talk about something specific? Nope. Okay. So that's the end of our meeting. Thank you for joining. See you later.
Talk to everybody later.